Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of The Big Ticket. I'm your host, Vick3, joined by my esteemed colleague and co-host, JerryLee. How we doing today, sir?
Chilling, brother. Chilling. Loving this schedule, bro.
Yeah, man. There's a lot to get to. The schedule release is there. You see the background. You know what it's all about. But first, before we go any further, I'd like to introduce our next guest, co-host of mine from the East Meets West podcast, a brother from another mother. We got AK Eagles. What's good, my guy? How we doing?
What's up, man? Appreciate you guys having me on. If you haven't noticed, I do have the uncensored logo on today because, some people decide to run their fucking mouths. And, I am truly fucking tired of the disrespect on our team. I'm truly tired of the respect on our quarterback and our defensive line and our defense in general. So I come on here today to silence this shit and get it over with now because, man, I'm heated. So I'm ready to do this shit.
Hey, I'm loving it. I love the fact that we got AK Eagles uncensored on today. This is my guy right here. We're gonna get the raw, unfiltered. But hey, just let me know, my guy. Let everybody know where they can find you right quick before we start off.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I am AK Eagles of the AK Eagles podcast. You can always find me there. You can find me on the East Meets West with my boy up here, Vick3, and my dude, Philly Foothills, who should be here in a little bit, and our other co-host, Gio from the 215. I do have a conspiracy podcast on Monday nights, but that's kind of off right now because of all the stuff going on, in the off season here with the Eagles. So kind of put that on the back burner for right this moment. And, yeah, man, just you can find me everywhere. I'm on Raider content. I'm on Giant content, Washington, everything, man. I'm everywhere. So you'll see me around.
One of the most tireless YouTube content creators out there. I appreciate you for coming through. It's been a long time coming, but let's get it started off. This week has been a good week. We've known that the schedule's been released. But before we get to the schedule, let's talk about the issues that's been going on with the Eagles, some of the stories and the headlines that have been released. This past week, we all heard about Jalen Reagor and the possibility there was a trade. Looks like the Eagles were interested in making a move with the Ravens during draft night for a safety, Chuck Clark. But it looks like that didn't go through. But let me get your thoughts on it, both of you. I'll start off with you, AK. What are your thoughts on that, that attempt of trying to trade Reagor for Clark?
Well, in all honesty, man, you had it right with Jaeger because you need to drink that just to watch this kid play. But no, man, I would have loved that. I think Chuck Clark's outstanding. He would have definitely secured up that second safety position across from Harris. It would have made a lot of our fans a lot more at ease, especially at CB2, with having young people there. But listen, man, if it can get done, get it done because you know what? I just want to see him gone. So if not, send Reagor to Cincy and a second-round pick in 2023 and get me Jesse Bates. I'll be okay with that.
Listen, that sounds awesome. JerryLee, what do you think of the failed attempt to trade Jalen Reagor?
Well, I'm glad he's just trying at least. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really have a space for Reagor on the team anymore, honestly. I mean, he's already asked for a trade, apparently, and, it's a mutual feeling for us fans.
Yeah, definitely.
Say that again.
I think it was a move that needs to be made. Something that should have been done then. But the Ravens went out. They got their guy in the draft. At the moment, we still need some help on safety. Who's to say what happens in the future? There's a lot of time from here when the season starts. But let me get your thoughts. What did you think of Chuck Clark? Do you think he's a good fit for our team? I'll start off with you, JerryLee.
I don't really know him that well to really comment, but I think any veteran would be good for that spot.
Yeah. Listen, AK, are you there?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here. Sorry, I was.
Okay. I just didn't know if you stepped away.
Nope.
What are your thoughts on Clark? Do you think he'd be a good fit for the team if that move was made?
Listen, man, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. Chuck Clark would still be the starting safety in Baltimore if it wasn't for Kyle Hamilton. Okay, no bullshit aside. Chuck Clark, he's a very good safety. He's better than what we got by far. You can't go wrong with it. And I don't think they would go and attempt to try and get him if he did not fit our scheme. So Yeah, man, I'm upset that it didn't happen. But if he can make it happen, I would love for it to happen, man. Because Chuck Clark is a dog. He really is, man. Him or Bates, I'll be good with. Seriously, just figure it out.
Yeah. And before we go any further, let me just shout out everybody in the chat. BLSG, we got here Blue City Empire Sports, Coach Dante, Jinx Wolf, and Drew Johnson. Appreciate you all for coming through. Thank you. I hope we're here to entertain you. But going forward, we said he was, good fit. I think he would have been a perfect fit. Like we said, veteran leadership, has good talent. There's still tread on those tires. But talk stalled. Should we revisit the talks with the Ravens for Clark? What do you think? Should we put anything in that deal to entice it?
Well, we got some sweeteners. I mean, I would hope so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a couple of players out there, but what do you think, AK? Do you think that the Eagles should open up conversations with the Ravens again? Probably try to offer someone else, or maybe a lower draft pick.
Well, to be honest, man, because they did it during the draft, I have a good feeling it's not over. They're probably still talking about it. If he was interested in him during the draft, they didn't get it done. He's still there, so I'm sure they're still going to talk to him. Whatever it takes, man. I'd rather have Jesse Bates. So if you're going to ask me my opinion, I'd rather have Bates over Clark. But listen, Bates is going to cost money.
Right.
I know he got franchise tagged for $12 million this year, but you're gonna have to sign him, and he's gonna want money because that kid's a dog too. But yeah, no, man, Clark, they'll figure it out, or they're gonna roll with Epps, which I would not mind either. So either or.
Yeah, yeah, we got some moves to make. I would love for them to revisit those conversations. I like Clark again. We said the leadership that he can bring. He's still a good player, and it fills that need. Because listen, safeties right now it's a big hole. But let me just say, real fast. Hey, Jinx Wolf, T's and P's go out to you and your mom. I'm glad that everything's okay. Hope you both heal up soon and get better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hey, BLSG, appreciate you. I would take Chuck Clark over any of the current safeties out there today. Whatever helps the secondary improve. Hey, I'm with you 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, great to hear that your mom's okay, man. That's really good to hear. But yeah, as we were talking about it, I think that is something that we should do. We should revisit those talks. We need safety help. I understand Epps is a player that the Eagles, they're very interested in. They have high hopes for him. But at the same time, you always want a backup plan. You don't want to put
Sure.
all your eggs in the basket. So yeah, I think it would be smart, to view other options at the moment.
Yep.
But we're talking about the defense now. Let's move it over to the offense. Another player that's been talked about for quite some time, and that's Miles Sanders. He's been in the media lately. He's come out with some good quotes. He's taken this year personally. But let me just read to you all, one of the quotes that he says, which I think that were pretty good. And they were talking about his contract. He says, the contract's there, but I don't go into the season thinking about it. I have to let things take care of itself and let playing take care of itself now. That happens. Well, excuse me, that whatever happens, happens. I just have to focus on the season. I'm trying to get better overall and be more consistent. I want to do those things consistently with my play and my health. Now, fellas, what are your thoughts on Sanders' comments and his outlook into this season?
That's a
I'll start
beautiful
with you.
thing, man.
Definitely.
You know what I mean. When you hear a player say that, you know he's here for the game, not for the money.
Yeah, listen, man, I had two lives yesterday with King and Tone. Shout out to them. I'm kind of with them, man. I'm a huge Penn State fan. You guys know that. I love Miles Sanders. I love Saquon, but unfortunately, dude, I don't think there's anything Miles can do to save face. Honestly, I mean, even if this kid comes out here and runs for 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns, I don't think he saves face because halfbacks are dime a dozen. And with his injury history and all that, he might surprise me. I mean, maybe Howie goes to him and says, "Hey, man, I'll give you like 20 mil for 3 years," and he takes it, and that's fine. But I just don't know how it's going to go.
I'm definitely not paying him like receiver money or anything
No,
like that.
no,
You know what I mean? Like he would get like a team friendly deal if
yeah,
anything. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely see that. But anything more than that, I mean, the dude didn't even score a touchdown last season. Come
Right.
on. And like you
Yeah.
said, he's always injured too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they traded him.
That would
Yeah.
be interesting if they trade him, because right now the way our team's shaping up, like we could be hitting on all cylinders right now. Again, this is all on paper. You know the moves that were made, but the one piece, our running back, that's an integral part to this offense. And I think Miles is great as a running back. He produces yards. The only
Mhm.
issue is, yeah, he isn't healthy all the time. That's something that's going to set any player back. And also the fact that when we're in crunch time in the red zone, we're not looking to him to score. So those two things, yeah, he needs to improve on. And I know with health, it's not something that you can really say you have to improve on. It's just the run of the luck. You know
Well,
what I
and
mean?
you guys got
Anyone's
to
going to get
realize something too, man. Miles Sanders is not a Nick Sirianni guy. He's not. He does not owe Nick. Does not owe Miles anything. He
it.
doesn't. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Like last year was his like show me year. First year in the offense, it didn't go well. Yeah, granted, this year if he does good, it might help him. I don't know how much it will, but in the end, though, this is not Nick's guy. So I expect him to let him go and get his guy that he wants. But that's just me.
Interesting. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question with in reference to Sanders. Do you think that he has it within him to have a bounce back season this year? Now, I say bounce back in quotation because, listen, like I said, the guy can produce. It's only the fact that he's not healthy. So if he does come in with, a full season of no injuries, they're going to call it a bounce back. So that's why I put that there for those who
Yep.
may question that. But what do you think, AK? Do you think he has that within him to have that bounce back season?
Oh yeah, man! I just said it. I hope he goes 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns. I mean, listen, this kid, his yards per carry is at what 5.5 for his whole career. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. 5 yards per carry for his whole career, like that. That's impressive. But the only thing that's held him back is what you said, his injuries. God knows what he would be if he never got injured these first 3 years. I don't even want to know. He'd probably be one of the top halfbacks in the NFL, but he can't stay healthy, man. If he can stay healthy this year and prove it, listen, he should have a bounce back and outbreak year easily.
He's got to catch the ball more too.
Yeah.
Like he's been like fumble fingers too, so he's got to be better all around.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, appreciate you further, Am. Also, as well, hope everyone's having a great day up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Miles, yeah, I think he has it within him. Like you've seen him, he's talking about it. Like he's taking this
Yeah.
year personally. He's hearing what everyone is talking about him. He knows that everyone thinks that he's an injury prone running back, that he can't score the ball, and he's looking to prove people wrong this year. And I'm hoping that he can, because again, we don't need another hole at no other position. We just filled up our linebacker position. Yeah, we're looking at have some trouble at safety. But again, everyone else, we're lockstep. So hopefully we don't have another hole on this team. Hopefully Miles can step it up. And just as it was mentioned in the chat, we also have Kenny Gainwell out there who's going on his second season. There's a lot to be seen in him.
And he is a
Hopefully, hopefully he's gained some weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing I would say. Gainwell had an issue in between the tackles. Great receiving running back, shifty guy. But when it comes to that physicality, he needs to step it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I got to say this, man. In fact, I might get a little crap for it, but I don't care. I don't think Kenny Gainwell is going to be anything but a change of pace back for us. He's not ever going to be a 3-down back. For anyone who thinks that, I don't know. I'm sure he cannot be. In fact, if it's up to me, dude, this year going in, my 1-2 punch is Miles Sanders and Kennedy Brooks. Listen, Kennedy Brooks reminds me a lot of Le'Veon Bell. And when I say that, pay attention, his vision.
Yeah.
How he sees holes, how he hits them. He's a very patient runner. I've been saying that about this kid. He's very, very patient. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the strongest guy. But he will break 40-yard runs over and over and get caught. He's very hard to take down. His elusiveness is ridiculous. He can change direction very fast. But like I said, he don't have the top speed like Miles Sanders has. He's not going to give you LeGarrette Blount power, but he does have power and he does have some speed. But what I love about Brooks the most is this dude sees holes like I haven't seen a halfback in our halfback room see in a long time. Like, he exploits it very well. So I'm very interested to see if Miles moves on, you might see Brooks become our lead halfback next year. Just saying.
Another halfback that I'd like to see too is Huntley. He was really good, man, when he did play.
Yeah. And he's going on, what, his 4th year? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth. I was about to say his third, but that was just last season. Yeah, fourth year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, I think it's very interesting this season, especially with the running backs. Honestly, the AK, I agree with you 100%. I like Kenny Gainwell. I think he could bring a lot to the team, but I see him the same way you do. A change of pace back, a guy that he'll be a decent number 2, but most likely, for the most part, he's really a number 3 guy.
He's our new Darren Sproles, bro.
Yes.
That is what he is. I'm sorry. That's what he is. Yes, Darren Sproles, he was used as a 3-down back now and then, especially whenever, he was with the Saints and stuff. But, I just feel Kenny. And listen, when I say that, man, I'm not putting Kenny Gainwell down. I love Kenny Gainwell, but he's more of our screen guy. Out of the back, go catch the pass and turn a 2-yard pass into 20. He's not going to be the guy that is going to break you 80-yard runs all the time. And I understand, Gridiron. I get you, dude. I don't even like arguing with this guy anymore. Like, we obviously see different, but I still respect his opinions. But I get it. And Kennedy Brooks is tiny as well. Yeah, but he might be tiny, but the dude, you can be tiny if you're smart. And he's smart.
I mean, look, we seen Boston Scott. He's a small back, and dude, that guy cuts.
Yeah. I mean, Darren Sproles was freaking small, dude. I get it. Like,
listen, there's a lot to be seen, but I will say this right now. The way I see Kenny Gainwell, I do agree with you, Rick. I do see him as that change of pace. I don't see him right now as that number 1. I know, Gridiron, I see what you said too, man. A lot of tread on those tires, but again, there's multiple running backs with a lot of tread on those tires, and they're not able to start in the league.
Yeah, there's too many out there that are better. You know what I mean? Than to choose.
But like I said, in this training camp, it's going to be interesting to see because you never know if Kenny Gainwell, if something in the offseason he changed up his game. Like we said, he needed to put on weight, got a little bit more physical. If he makes those changes, hey, that's a totally different player that we didn't see last year. Again, every offseason, hopefully your players do what they need to do, so that way when they come into the next season, they're a different player physically. They're ready physically, mentally, and everything. And speaking of the offseason, thank you for that segue, JerryLee. What are your thoughts on Jalen Hurts and his approach to this offseason? AK, I'll start off with you.
Before I answer this, can I say something on the Miles Sanders thing real fast?
Go ahead.
Listen, you heard me say this, and I wish Miles Sanders would have done this, bro. And in fact, if he did, he kept it secret. But dude, if Miles Sanders would have went out this offseason and worked with Le'Veon Bell, like, listen, if you could give Miles Sanders Le'Veon Bell's vision and patience, I don't think you could stop this kid. Like, think about it. Miles Sanders is a monster, dude. Mm-hmm. He needs to learn patience and vision. He's not good at both of those. So I hope he gets better at that. That's all I'm going to say. But
there's some things to his game that he can. You got to get to the holes a little faster. Can't dance around as much. You know what I mean? He can't bounce back east and west. You got to hit north and south. That's something that Sanders, and that's something that maybe at Penn State we know with Saquon Barkley, his running mate at one time. That's kind of their style. They like that east and west and then bounce it out. But in the NFL, as the running backs coach likes to say it, get to the hole. Yeah. Get to the hole. As soon as you get the ball, get to the hole. Don't dance around in the backfield. Get to the hole.
Unless you're shady.
That's rare fair talent right there.
Yeah, right.
But back to the question I had before. What are your thoughts on Jalen Hurts and his approach to this offseason? We've seen him working with Tom House. What is the other one? Tom Thibodeau, I think, or Thibodeau, however that's pronounced. 3-D, out on the West Coast. What do you think about his approach this offseason?
I actually like it, man. No lie. Wow, that is huge. No lie. No,
Oh, I might have one.
Hold
Something
up.
big.
dude,
Oh
I
no,
feel.
no.
You know who I felt like right there, dude? I felt like oh God, what Home Improvement,
Oh
Mr.
yeah, neighbor.
yeah, what's his name? Oh,
Oh my God.
oh man, brain
What
fart.
I mean, Highly Ho neighbor.
Yeah, Heidi Ho neighbor. Yeah. Oh my God, that's what I felt like. So thank you for that. That was awesome. Um,
Appreciate you after that.
no, I gotta say, man, listen, I love the approach. Now, I think a lot of people are gonna take him going down and working with Tom Brady and blow that up because it is Tom Brady. But listen, who better not to learn then from Tom Brady? I mean, the kid said he kind of is changing his eating habits a little bit. First thing that popped into my head is like, oh, bro, you're going vegan. Tom Brady got to you, like longevity matters, all that. But Tom House, we all know he builds you from the bottom up. He doesn't change your throwing mechanics. He just changes how you throw. I guess that's the best way to say it. But he works from the ground up, because it all starts with the feet, the waist, the hips, into the shoulders, into the arm, all that. I think it will be good for him. AJ Brown is definitely going to help that, but no, I think he made the right approach, man. I really do. And I don't like in his interview how vague he was about it, if you know what I mean. Like he didn't really give you much. That's what I love but hate about Jalen Hurts is he's very calm. He's very collective. He says what he needs. He says what he needs to say. East Coast, stop making him so goddamn big.
We're only reading half of it anyway.
It's Wilson. It's Wilson. Mr. Wilson, by the way. Yes. So, yeah, no, man, I think it's good. He's going to have to improve as the years go on, but as long as he takes in everything Tom House taught him, everything Tom Brady told him, and all the other people he worked with, if it sinks in, if he learns, I think he's going to make a jump this year. I'm not saying he's going to be MVP caliber. I'm just going to say, listen, if a couple of those passes would have been caught last year, the ones that were dropped, he would have went from a top 20 quarterback to a top 12 quarterback. No lie, he would have. And we might be talking a little different right now about this kid. But I think we're good, man. I really do. For sure. I'll just leave it there.
JerryLee?
Yeah. I mean, the guy's got connections everywhere. I mean, it's not just, the people that you talked about. He also worked out with Tom Brady, and I'm sure he worked with Peyton Manning too, I mean, this guy's well connected, I mean, and I just want to see him deliver, to be honest with you. He's putting in the work, This is his team. He said it, and he's going to show it on the field.
And what's great about it too, man, I made the statement yesterday. This kid is 23 years old. He has no wife. He has no kids. Nothing. Like he can devote all his time and effort into football. Football. Instead of going out fucking hunting in the off season, this kid is out working. You know what I'm saying? Like, take advantage of that. Us as Eagle fans, the whole organization, you guys have to take advantage of that while this kid has no one to be dependent on. He is just there himself. Let the kid, dude, it's all football for him. That's got to be a good thing, right?
Folk don't want to be drug up to the mountains to shoot no, like, big oxen. You know what I mean?
It's perfect that you mentioned Wentz, because the only time when Wentz had his so-called almost close to MVP season is when he was working with Tom House and the boys at 3&D. So I love the approach that Jalen Hurts, since last season, let's talk about it. Last season, Jalen Hurts has had this approach where it was, it's always going to be team first, but it's all on Hurts to get better for this team, because we all know we're only going to go as far as our quarterback can take us. And Hurts knows that. From last year, he took the mindset on as a leader, and he's continued that into this season. You know,
Yep.
at the end of the season, when we had our end of the year interview with the coaches, one of the things were mentioned for Jalen Hurts was his lower body needs work, his mechanics need work. And the
Mhm.
first thing he did was he reached out to Tom House, who is the guru on the lower body and mechanics. Because
Yep.
everything, the way they believe is everything starts from the lower body on up. There's a process, there's steps, there's reads, and they're going to go through all that. Everything that Jalen Hurts was said to have a deficiency in, he's made it a thing, a point to take care of in the offseason. Hopefully that translates. That's what we all want. We all want that to translate. But right now, his approach to it, I love. I think it's fantastic. It's the approach that every player should have, not just a quarterback. Every player should have going into the offseason. You want to get better at what you're doing at your craft, and he's doing that. And hopefully that pays dividends for us.
And Vic, not just that, man, but you got to realize something too. Like we're all sitting here oogling over Tom House and Tom Brady, right? Dude, this kid even has the eye of Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. These guys, I don't see them out there offering shit to Lamar Jackson. I don't see them out there offering stuff to Justin Fields, any of these guys who play like him. So in my eyes, whenever you got one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time sitting there saying, hey, call me, any questions you have, I will help you. That speaks words to me, man. I mean, granted, there is no guarantee to any of this. He could come out this year and fall flat on his fucking face for all I know. I don't want that to happen, but he could. But the fact is, though, you have a lot of very famous people backing this kid. They're not going to back someone who sucks or who they believe is going to suck, because that's Peyton Manning's name. That's Tom Brady's name. That's Tom House's name. You know, so you know what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely. Listen, I love the fact that, you know, he took the time out. And listen, we all know with Tom Brady, he has his issues with the Eagles. But for the fact that he took that pettiness that we all know that he has yet to shake Nick Foles' hands, he took that pettiness aside and he's seen the talent that Jalen Hurts has and the respect for him and had that conversation with him and broke it down. Yes, quarterbacks do that, but not every single quarterback is going to give the ins and the outs of what they do. Only when you earn that respect is when they're going to reach out to you and say, hey, buddy, this is what you need to do when you're looking at these situations. So when we talk about Jalen Hurts, because there were a lot of people this offseason, even before during the season, didn't give Jalen Hurts that respect, didn't think he was the quarterback. Even some said the Eagles were looking elsewhere for Hurts, especially in the draft. They're all proven to be wrong because we see, you know, at the end of the day, they went out and got his best friends to surround him with. They went out and got former teammates to surround him with. They wanted to make sure that he had chemistry going into this season. And Hurts on his end is doing everything he has to do to make sure that the coaches were right for making the decisions that they made. So again, with this approach this offseason approach, I love it. Again, I hope it becomes contagious. I hope that everyone does this. You see, like, this is one of the reasons why I think you hear Miles Sanders say the things that he does, because he sees what Jalen Hurts is doing. Now, I'm not saying this specifically. This is my thoughts. He sees that, and that rubs off on him. He's taking
leaders definitely, you know, iron sharpens iron, man. You know, that's the way it works. You know, you see what a leader does, and you follow it. You know, and you do the same.
Yeah, bring up East Coast comment there, that last one. You know, I 100% agree with him on this. Jordan Davis is not a guarantee. Nakobe Dean is not a guarantee. They're big names. They're great players. But we had this conversation today, which I was telling you about backstage, you know, where you will have players that come in that are supposed to be good and they will fall flat on their face. They will. This could be one of those instances, or it could not be. But all I know is that, like Barnett, for instance, when we drafted him, he broke Reggie White's sack record, right? At Tennessee. Yeah. That's pretty amazing because it's Reggie White. I mean, he's the greatest. I don't count Derek Barnett against Howie Roseman. Derek Barnett's mishaps are all on Derek Barnett. You know, he didn't work out because I don't feel he put the time and effort in to make himself work out. I don't put that on Howie. I put that on Barnett because the potential was there when we drafted him, right? He just didn't work out. Yeah, he still does, but for some reason he has
to do the work. Yeah, you got.
We all know Jordan Davis has the potential. I mean, if we didn't take him at 13, Baltimore was taking him at 14. It's that simple. So the potential's there, but it does not mean he's going to work out. He might not. He might. So I do like that, man. Because there isn't a guarantee, but I can tell you, I think Jordan is going to work out just fine.
Well, just to answer this question right here, the reason why, especially for Eagles fans, why it's so hard and why they're so stuck on the fact that we should have got Justin Jefferson is because from the onset, Jefferson was the guy that was supposed to come to Philadelphia. That's who the guy who literally, like, we all know that season,
Yep.
as soon as football was over, Justin Jefferson was our guy. It was talked about. We had it planned.
Mm-hmm.
And when it didn't happen, that disappointment still carries on to this day. And then now when you see how good of a player he is, that only adds on to it. That's why you hear so many fans saying, we should have done this, because you have that resentment.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's resentment. They resent the fact that we didn't get him, and we see him flourishing with another team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think that with Justin Jefferson, and same thing with DJ Metcalf. DK is the same thing. He had a neck injury. That's what a lot of things people don't remember. And I think with that one is a better example when people are like, oh, we should have got DK. DK had a serious neck injury at the time. A lot of teams, mostly none of the teams were dealing with him. If I'm not mistaken, he's a second-round pick. So let's be honest. No one wanted DK at first because if they did, he'd have been a first-round pick. They only took a chance on him in the second round, and then that proved to be a good chance to take, and he flourished. Then again, Eagles fans have resentment because we didn't take it, but again, no one else did.
Perfect example for us, Vic. Landon Dickerson last year. That was a chance we took, and it paid off very freaking well, right? That was a huge risk because 2 ACL tears. Everyone's like, what are we doing? We don't need more injuries. Well, guess what? Dude's a beast, isn't he? That was a chance we took, and it paid off.
A lot of his injuries, I believe, too, were from playing center. You know what I mean? Because he's such a big guy. There's so much pressure on his feet and legs. You know what I mean? So you get rolled up on real quick too. Being a center. So I think a bigger guy should be standing up like that.
Yeah, definitely. Just for the DK thing, last thing, he couldn't catch that was his issue. But if you remember that senior season, he was everywhere. He was the highlight reel. He was the next coming of T.O. Great player, fantastic. Once in a while he'll have drops, sometimes more than others on games, but he'll always make up in the long run. That's the way DK was looked at. But again, that neck injury, most every team was out. Again, that's why he was the second-round pick and not a first. But going back to us, now that we moved on from DJ Metcalf, and we spoke about Jalen Hurts and his approach to this offseason, let me get your thoughts on what were your expectations for Jalen Hurts before the A.J. Brown trade, and what are your expectations now that we made that trade? AK.
Well, listen, man, anyone would be a fool if they came in here and said that their expectations are the same as last year before A.J. Brown, because in all honesty, we should win the East this year and we should get past the wild card. I mean, you got a second year in the same offense. It's more consistent now. And it really, in all honesty, before A.J. Brown, I just wanted to get back to the wild card game and maybe even win it. Just kind of do that. But now that we have A.J. Brown, bro, you have to win that wild card game. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you don't even make playoffs this year, it's a flop. It is a flop. Like, and then we got to go back to the drawing board. Seriously. But without A.J. Brown, I would have probably said 8-9 wins again. Because, we all know who he would have been throwing to at that time. But now, our floor is 10. Our ceiling's 12. Like, that's at least in my mind where we should be. There's no reason at all to have less than 12 or 10 wins this year. None.
I like that. Jerry,
my expectations were still high for Jalen, regardless of who the receiver was going to be coming in. I had an idea that we were going to get another receiver, but it's much higher now with AJ. But I knew that Hurts is going to work on his game. You know what I mean? He's that guy. You know what I mean? So I have high expectations for Jalen. So regardless, but it's even more now with AJ.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I was just looking for Hurts to improve on what he did last season. You know, the interceptions, the yards, the touchdowns. I needed improvement. Now, the interceptions, he didn't throw that many. I thought that was great. If you would keep that balance, again, with our team on the whole outlook, I thought, for them with him, yeah, they needed to get past that first round. Again, we had a first round bounce. Brady did hit disrespectful moves, whatever, was excited. I think this year we had to get further than that. Now with AJ Brown, I'm going to still say for the team as a whole, we still have to, get past that first round. I think that's the overall goal, whether he was here or not. That's still going to be the overall goal.
For
As
sure.
for Hurts, though, I need to see something more. I want to steadily improve, but now you're given all the weapons. Let's be honest. AJ Brown may be injured a lot. Hopefully he's not. But if he's on the field, you're given weapons now. A lot of quarterbacks that have been in this organization were not afforded the weapons that you were. So, yeah, you're going to have to prove yourself this season. It's going to put more pressure on them, but I don't think there's anyone else in the league that would be able to handle it other than Jalen Hurts. Like right now, he is in the pit in Philadelphia. Let's be honest. You get
The pressure
scrutiny
is on.
every which way. And this kid has taken it on the chin like a champ. And especially, like I said now, with the talent that he has, there's going to be more scrutiny that's going to come. There's going to be more naysayers because they're going to say that there should be no excuses. So for him, he's going to have to overcome a lot. My expectations for him, not the team, for him, have increased with A.J. Brown because, again, yeah, you've been given the tools that not other quarterbacks on this organization have been afforded. Donovan McNabb, I know he wishes he would have this wide receiving group. Even though he probably would have still drunk, got drunk the night before the Super Bowl and did a Willie Beeman on the field. But, I'm pretty sure he would be ecstatic if he'd had this wide receiver core.
Chunky soup.
Now, shifting over, we talked about Jalen Hurts and, the impact that the A.J. Brown deal had with him. Now, let's move it on to Devontae Smith, the second-year receiver. Do you think that, he'll be able to flourish as a number two? He had a great season as a one. Now as a two, how do you think he'll do? AK, I'll start off with you.
Listen, man, I've seen a lot of people out there say we're going to have 2,000-yard receivers this year. I beg to differ on that. Okay, I understand the potential we have. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, but one of them is going to have 1,000. One is going to be very close. Okay, it's really hard because AJ is going to take so much pressure off of Smith. We all know that. Like, it's really, truly going to free him up. Not just that, but Smith is now going to be taking on CB2s instead of CB1s, which is going to truly give him a bigger edge. I honestly think Smith has the 1,000-yard season, and you're going to see AJ have the 900. But just because he has 900 yards does not mean he wasn't effective. He was effective because Smith got the 1,000 yards.
Pressure.
He's taken all that pressure off. He's going to open up everything, dude, for not just himself. He's going to open it up for Jalen. He's going to open it up for Dallas Goedert. He's going to open it up for Miles Smith, Pascal or Watkins, whoever the heck is in the slot at that time. And, dude, I'm telling you, AJ is going to be our Amari Cooper for the most part. He's going to make everything work a lot better. Because last year we didn't have that A.J. Brown. And let's be honest, yeah, Smith was a threat, but he ain't no veteran threat like A.J. is. It's a little different now. So I like the thought of having 2,000-yard receivers, but I'm just being realistic. If that happens, awesome. Like, woo, party. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I get it. I ain't gonna argue. There's no argument on my end. I can see it going down that way. JerryLee, what are your thoughts? Do you think Devontae Smith will flourish as a number two?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have worded it better than AK did. I mean, you can see AJ. He's gonna take the top off of things, and or vice versa. He'll be getting the middle, and I just don't see Smith running through the middle anymore. He's gonna be playing like his traditional, down the field crossovers and all that. You know what I mean? So I just think it opens up everything for him too. Yeah. So I believe Smith will have more yards than AJ will.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Somebody get
one way or the other. One way or the other.
I think with JerryLee was saying, with AJ Brown here, the attention is going to be taken off of Devontae. Quarterbacks are going to try to scheme as best. Defenses will try to scheme as best as possible. They'll try to take things away. and they'll probably try to make Devontae be that guy. But I think with him, he could have been very capable of still being our number one guy. I
Yeah.
think with him being taking not as taking a step back, but him moving to the other side, it does free up a lot of things for him, and it allows him to create more. We all know that his footwork is great, his route running is great. I
He
think that's
was
going to help.
always open.
But I think that will help out Jalen Hurts specifically because one of the issues he had last year was going through his progressions. Now, when you feel more comfortable with your receivers being open, that's going to help him out tremendously. And I think Devontae is going to provide that for him.
Yeah.
Him coming to it's going to be very good for him. It's going to be good for everyone because again, we have great players throughout the whole roster. And then when you talk about that number 3 wide receiver spot, we figure Quez Watkins. There's a possibility, maybe Jalen Reagor, possibly even Greg Ward. There's still a lot of things that might come up. Players might prove themselves over this offseason, but we'll see. But
You want to know what my fear is, man?
What's that?
I honestly believe if Jalen Reagor is on this team come week 1, I think you're going to see Jalen Reagor in the slot. And the only reason that I say that is because we all know how Howie's going to want to make that acceptable, that first-round pick. He's not going to want to fail. And with having A.J. Brown there to take a lot off of everyone, he's going to try and force Reagor on us. I promise you it's going to happen. I don't want to see it, but that is my fear. And I wouldn't be surprised if Reagor is your slot guy. He might end up being your number 3 if he is here, and he might think he might be able to get more production out of him because AJ and Smith are going to take so much off. Of him. So,
Howdy ho, neighbor. With the move to being the second receiver, and we know A.J. Brown, he signed that extension. So does that mean that'll prevent Devontae Smith from ever being that number 1 receiver again?
No. In fact, in this day and age of football, bro, you need 3 number 1 wide receivers. This is a passing league, right? I mean, you saw what Dallas did. They went and got Amari, they went and got CD, and then they went and got Gallup and Wilson. That's kind of what we're doing a little bit, You're going to the people who are going to have the money here very soon are wide receivers and corners. Because you're going to be paying wide receivers because it is a passing league. And then the corners are going to get more money than the wide receivers because they're the ones locking them down. And that's how this is going to go. Smith is still going to get his. Don't even worry. I mean, it don't matter if he's number 1, number 2, number 3. He's going to get his because that's the way the NFL is moving.
Yeah. JerryLee, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just like he was saying, I think all your receivers are going to be, X's. You know what I mean? Like they're all going to be number 1s. That's the way it's going to have to go anyway. I mean, if you want to compete.
Yeah. For Devontae, for the most part, with AJ being here, hopefully there are no unforeseen injuries. I'm hoping health all across the board. But for the most part, Devontae is going to hold down that second wide receiver position for a while now, with that contract. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. We all want number 1s, that talent level and the quality of a number 1 across the board, and that's what we have right now. But for him,
in all honesty, bro, I don't think it's a want anymore. It's a need. You need it now. It's not even a want. Like back 5 years ago, sure, we want this, we want that, but now it's no, dude, you need it. Like these corners aren't jokes anymore, man. These kids coming out of college, they're good. You know what I mean?
Already.
Yeah, they're good, especially the people coming from, all these top schools, Georgia and LSU, and dude, these kids are coming in ready to ball right now. I mean, look at the impact Jalen Ramsey had on the Jags his rookie year. I mean, look at all of them. This isn't a game anymore. These guys are coming to ball. Your CB2 could be your CB1 now. So you need wide receivers. It's not a want. It's a need.
Well, it's perfect that you mentioned cornerback because that leads over to my next question. I know we kind of discussed a little bit on East meets West, and I know your standpoint for the most part, but let me just ask the question so we have that conversation. I want to hear JerryLee's point as well. Should we go out and sign a cornerback in free agency? We do
Jerry.
have an opening, but should we sign a veteran? Not just say specifically a veteran, but just a free agent. Whether it's a veteran free agent, I get that, but that always has that connotation of just because they're a Sage player. I just want the best available. Do you think we should go out there for a free agent cornerback?
I, I'm on the fence with this one, but I could see it go. I'd like to get a free agent. Like Bradbury would be all right. But yeah, I think we should have one. But I don't want him to be like the all-time guy that's going to be out there. I just want him to show the guys that we have on the roster how it's done and sub them in so we can have some of that homegrown talent coming in.
Yeah, I always say because of what's out there, it all depends on what they're looking for. You have Kyle Fuller, Xavier Rose, the list goes on, but it all depends on what's the asking price. What are they looking for, and is it something that's feasible for the team? And also, like we discussed before, we also have other players on this roster, other cornerbacks on this roster. So I'll ask this then, AK: If the Eagles do the Eagles have their number 2 on the roster already? And if so, who is that?
Yeah, we do. Listen, man, if you're going to go out to add anybody to this team, make it a safety. No lie. Just secure the back end, make it a safety. You gave up Zach Ertz, our best tight end in NFL history, for Tay Gowan. Okay? Tay has to have an opportunity because you don't give up Zach Ertz for Tay Gowan for no reason. Okay? Tay's almost 6'2", right?
Yep.
He's 190 pounds. Listen, he is exactly what Gannon likes. He likes those tall, lanky, long arm corners, and physical. We have enough talent. Dude, 7 years ago, if we had this talent, we'd be drooling right now,
So is he a Chip Kelly special?
Who?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Their arms got to be down to their knees.
You talking about Maxwell?
No. He's talking about how Chip Kelly always said bigger, stronger, faster.
Okay.
Not just that. He was also saying that like all his receivers had to have arms down to their knees.
Yeah.
Like their hands got to reach their knees or some shit.
I just feel, dude, you got McPherson, you got Tay Gowan, you got Josh Jobe, who you paid the most money to out of undrafted free agents for us. Mm-hmm. And then you go out and you get Goodrich, and we still have people that were here from last year. I'm sorry, McCain, I guess his name is. Like, there's other guns. But they're all young, man. And Darius Slay only has 2 years left. And everybody says, oh, we need to go out and get a vet. Dude, Darius Slay is your vet. That is your guy, all right? CB2 needs to be a young guy this year, man. It really does, because you need to be able to get him in the game so he can develop. He's not going to develop sitting on the bench. I hate to tell you, it's not going to happen. They need to play. So you let these guys play, because you're going to need 2 corners in 2 years. You're going to need somebody to take over for Slay and somebody to take over for Gowan at 2. And Gowan's my guy right now at 2. I do like McPherson as well, but right now it's got to be Tay because of the Zach Ertz trade. But, yeah, man, these guys have to play. There is no ifs, ands, or buts anymore. If you bring in a vet for CB2, you're only stalling their development, and we don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
JerryLee, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like I already put my 2 cents in, but yeah, I could see us just having a competition, with our cornerbacks that we already have, for sure.
Listen, I've made it known numerous times for a couple of years now. I like Tay Gowan. I think he can bring a lot to this team. We're talking about a kid who was homeless at a time, did what he had to do for his family, and still made it known that he was one of the best cornerbacks in the nation when he was in UCF. He was overlooked in the draft, got taken by Arizona. They had whatever they thought was their talented group, but they needed a tight end, and that's why we made the move to get him. Because Howie Roseman knew he made a mistake by not getting him in the draft, and knew he needed this kid on this team because he's a physical corner, a fast corner, a smart corner. And I think we do have our CB2 on the team. I think that is Tay Gowan, but it isn't up to us, unfortunately. It's up to the coaching staff, and
I love you,
No,
dog. I
no,
love you, but
no.
Gio.
listen,
Come
Gio,
on, man.
I know what you're
Tried that one
saying.
already.
I know what you're saying, bro. I love you so much, dude. You're my brother, but I'm telling you, man, Maddox had a 72% cover rate last year in the nickel position. He had the highest coverage rate out of all nickels in the NFL. I am not moving that man. I'm not. I'm sorry. Like, he has
But
to stay.
to his credit, you got to understand too. That could be something if the Eagles feel that they need someone to fill in that number 2 role, and if they don't think they have it, they may look to Maddox. It's been done
Yeah, but that
before. And I
means you're going to
understand
put Gowan in the slot then?
Oh,
That you no, don't do that.
I'm just saying, if they feel like they know Maddox has the experience, he is the vet, they might make that move. Now, I can't say for sure. Like we said before, we all depends on what the coaches say.
What do you
What they
want to bet,
think
brother? What you want to bet? Let's do it.
Ooh,
Put it in the chat. Let's get spicy.
Hey,
He's
BLSG
the
agrees
beast.
with you, man. Maddox is not going anywhere.
Yeah, dude, you can't move him. Like, first off, he's 5'11". I get he plays bigger than what he is, but dude, he's meant to be a slot guy. Like, that's where he thrives. You saw what happened to him when we moved him outside. What, his rookie or his second
Yeah.
year? Dude, he got burnt. He was toast. And then you move him back in, and he balls out. So
You know what it is with Maddox? He's really good with short burst speeds. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He's not good with, running long distances. And he's shorter, so
Hey,
slot's
Drew
better.
makes a good point though. McPherson possibly can go into the slot. That would be interesting. Slay Maddox Gowan. So Gowan in the slot for Gio. Jair Alexander is 5'11". Yeah.
Yeah, but you really can't compare Jair Alexander to fucking Devontae Maddox. I mean, come on, man. That's
Well,
really
they're about. What
no,
you
no,
mean?
no. I'm saying talent level. Like
Oh,
Alexander's
I
a
believe you were
whole
talking about.
nother
Yeah, they're about the
level,
same height.
bro. Yeah, Alexander's almost like Jalen Ramsey status. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We have a bite. We have a bite on a deal. I will put up an Eagles merchandise.
let's do it.
We have a set. Oh my!
Your
goodness.
choice. Ooh,
Listen, when Gio
let's
goes in,
do
he
it.
goes in.
Okay,
But
so I wear a large, the jersey. I want a salute to service Jalen Hurts jersey, Gio, just so you know, because get ready.
heck yeah.
Make sure Dickhead is the name on the back.
Oh, Jair Alexander. Ooh, spicy.
Mm.
But let me ask, because we talked about cornerback position, but let's talk about this defense as a whole because it looks like there's some changes to this defense. There's been a lot of secrecy. We've seen Hassan Riddick. He's tipped his cap a little bit. But what are your thoughts on this ridiculously ultra secretive hybrid defense? AK, let me get your thoughts. What do you think about the defense and how we're going to implement this going forward?
I don't know how to answer that.
It's so secretive, right?
It's like Fort Knox, man. No, I don't know. I want to listen. I know that a lot of fans do not like 3-4. When we were trying to go to a 3-4 before, everyone was like, "Hell no, just stay at 4-3." But I also look at Pittsburgh's defense. They run a 3-4. A lot of teams out there run a 3-4. It can be effective if you have the right people. What did you whisper? I didn't catch that.
I didn't whisper anything.
I swear you did. But yeah, man, no, I'm okay with it. If you have the right people and the right talent, he can pull it off. But we got to see it first. I don't know. I don't like that he's being secretive about it because then when he comes out and sucks, it's going to make me even more pissed.
Yeah, I don't know what the secret sauce is, but as long as it works, I'm down.
Right? Yeah. If it works, who am I to say anything?
Yeah, like I said, it is a secret. I know Drew was like, it's not a secret. It is because they haven't really said if that's going to be their base defense or not. They're keeping everything on the wraps for the most part. They said that, the team meetings, how it's split up now. Before, you used to only have defensive ends and I believe linebackers. Now it's defensive ends, linemen, and linebackers. So they have 3 different groups going on. Hassan Riddick is in all 3 groups throughout the week. So, yeah, there's a lot of changes, a lot of things that haven't been said. Like I said, Riddick tipped the cap a little bit. but hasn't revealed much other than the fact that, we know that there's a 3-4 look, but we don't know if that's going to be the look that we're going to have now. Are we going to be a 3-4? Are we, saying we don't really know what necessarily is going to happen. It's just being said that it's going to be a hybrid, and it just left at that.
They're probably going to switch it up.
Now, speaking of the defense, one of the most important things I think, that will lead us to in the right direction is the coach, Jonathan Gannon. Let me get your thoughts. What is your confidence level in Mr. Gannon? AK, I'll start off with you.
You don't want to.
Hey, we got the uncensored today. We got the red label. Let's go.
I'm fucking scared.
Me and you both, brother.
In all honesty, man, when you look at it on paper, when you look at everything, how can you not be excited, right? Listen, I said it last night. There's no reason we should not be in top 5 in sacks this year. There is no reason we should not be a top 5 defense this year with what we have. Okay,
with the talent that we have, I don't know if Gannon could fuck this up.
Don't say that.
Don't
say that. Listen, that's my point, though. We have so much talent on this defense that we didn't have last year. If he can't make this work, bro, you should not be a defensive coordinator. Just go. You know what I'm saying. I'm scared. I'll just leave you there.
Question. We all talked about Gannon. Do you think, we know he's going to second year in. He has some deficiencies at linebacker. A lot of people say that's one of the reasons why we were so vanilla. And as JerryLee said, we have the talent now. We shouldn't be able to mess that up. But do you think that Jonathan Gannon can be more of an aggressive play caller this season? Is that in him?
Well, he's not going to be able to lie about it anymore.
True.
You know what I mean? Because he said that he didn't have the talent. You know what I mean? He didn't have the right, staff to do what he wanted to do. So he can't bullshit this year.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Listen, man. What's the question? Do you think? To be honest, man, I don't think he has to be aggressive. What I want to see him do is actually make adjustments in the middle of a game and not wait till fucking halftime to do it. Because by the time you've already made the adjustment, the fucking game's gone. You know what I mean? So stop shooting yourself in the fucking foot and start playing chess. That is what football is. It's a chess game between offense and defense. Do your job, man. If you see it's not working, if you see it's not working, don't wait till fucking halftime. Do it. What the fuck are you waiting on? That's what I want to see Jonathan do. It's not about the aggressiveness. I don't give two shits about that. I want to see the man make the right fucking play calls when it matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got to be nimble, with your play calling. I mean, you can't you can have a strategy, but if your strategy isn't working, you got to have plan B, plan C, you know what I mean, and so forth.
It's just like he came in with one plan only, and if it didn't work, he was like, well, fuck it. There's always next week. You're right. And I didn't like that, man. I didn't.
And that sucks, too, because Gannon lost us a lot of games because we had 30 points most games. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That was our average, I think.
Yeah. It's frustrating. Hopefully, like I said, I know AK said he doesn't have to be more aggressive, but I think he does. I think he has to be more aggressive with his team and his play calling. I think he has to be smarter. Like you said, he has to make adjustments quicker. You can't wait until after the game to be like, oh, we should have did this. No, that's something you should have discussed during the game, during halftime, during the third quarter, getting with your team after every series and trying to switch it up and figure out what's going on. Get input from them. That's something that I didn't see until later on in the season, where Gannon wasn't getting input.
That's why they have those tablets. That's why they have those tablets, so you can read what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Communication. Yeah. That is what we were missing last year. I don't know what the hell happened, but hey, I just hope we see a different JG this year. I do. And I get it. You want them to be aggressive, but you know what? That's also on the players we put out on the field.
He's playing for a job next year, so you better believe he's going to be different.
Yeah, and he's playing for a head coaching job too.
Yeah, he was on so many lists, but he didn't get called. So
Yeah.
So, and in all honesty, man, can you really play aggressive with Steven Nelson? Like it's about players too. So I think he'll be able to be more aggressive this year because he has a guy like Nakobe Dean. He has a guy like White. He has a dude like Jordan Davis and Riddick. Like, you are going to be able to be more aggressive. I completely agree with you on that.
But your players take on the the way that your coach is.
Yeah.
Your players definitely take on the mentality of your coach. So if your coach is weak, your players are going to be weak.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And listen, when you're talking about the mentality, right now, Nick Sirianni has the perfect mindset. He's constantly communicating with his team. He's building that rapport with his team. We just seen this past week. They just released video of them playing basketball. In the amphitheater. So, like, they're building that camaraderie. So, like, if your head coach is the reflection of your team, I like the way we're looking right now because our head coach.
You know why we won 2017? I'll give you one word: brotherhood.
Yeah.
That is what we had in 2017. These guys fought for one another. They loved one another like they were brothers, and they would have died on that field for each other. That's a brotherhood. That is what it takes to win in this league. Brotherhood and trust and commitment to one another. We haven't had that lately. So it's time we start getting that back.
Definitely agree. Now, let's check this out. General Nickelback's play. Ton of man coverage inside because the middle linebacker will play zone in most packages. It's easier in transition. Correct. I see ECGs out there schooling the cats. Thank you. Appreciate you. Give them the Thanos snap, my guy. Let's talk about it. It's something that, it's been leaked all week. Yeah, right. It's been leaked all week. Thursday, for the most part, was the big day. 2022 Philadelphia Eagles schedule has been released. Now, let's go over the schedule. And, we'll go game by game real fast, not take too much time on it. But then, we'll just try to see and then end up with a records prediction, if you will. So let's see if I can do this correctly because we had issues before. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Let's try it. Are we seeing it? Are we all good?
Yep, we're good. Yep. We're good.
All right, but I think this one's wrong because it has Atlanta at week 1, so we're going to have to look for another one.
That's the wrong year.
Well, that's the 2021.
Yeah.
Definitely the wrong year.
Yeah.
Oh, got it up. Yeah, listen. How we say before, this is
images.
Live. Yeah. No, that's wrong too. So much misinformation out there. There is a trusted source finally. Let's go back to the Eagles. No free shout-outs to y'all. Wherever you have it scheduled. Jesus Christ.
Where the hell did it go?
Don't know.
It was there. What happened?
All right, that's taking too long. Oh, here we go. I don't know what happened to that one, but let's find another one. Let me blow this up on the screen there. I think. Oh, here we go.
It was just working, but
okay. It's taking us to Twitter, so we won't do all that. We'll just leave it off here. Fellas, Lions, week 1. What are your thoughts on that? We got Dan Campbell out there, got the defense looking better. Offense can't say so much about. But what are your thoughts on the Lions? Is that a win or is that a loss?
We're going to win that one because our defense is better this year, and our offense is a lot better this year. They're not going to be able to handle us.
What do you think, AK? Is that an easy win?
I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, man. Listen, Detroit last year, a lot of people didn't expect much from them at all. But in fact, you know what? I didn't either. I thought these players were going to laugh at Campbell and just get him out, but they played their hearts out for him. Hell, they blew Arizona out. Blew them out.
Definitely did.
They got Aiden Hutchinson now. I expect a lot from St. Brown. Their rookie from last year, wide receiver. They just went out and got Jameson Williams this year. They still have DeAndre Swift. Goff didn't do bad last year with the talent he had. They have Hawkinson at tight end. Defensively, they're still kind of iffy. We will win, but I think it's going to be closer than what some people anticipate just because of the fact that it is Detroit. But they have gotten better since last year, dude. I'm not gonna discredit them for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
definitely.
I give us the win on that for sure.
Yeah, here, we're gonna do this. It doesn't seem like it's working out that much. We'll just go back to that and we'll just read them off the top of the head.
Yeah.
So second game would be the Vikings. Now with a new head coach, we got Kirk Cousins still in the fold. They look like they've revamped their offense a little bit with their coaching staff. What are your thoughts? Is that going to be a first loss with the home opener, or are we going to be able to truck through?
It's a new coach, so I think we'll beat him.
I like that. AK, what about you?
You guys need to stop with the long ass comments, man. um, nah, man. Listen, I agree with him. First off, I got to add another thing in there. I do not believe in Kirk Cousins. Okay, let's just throw that out there. Kirk Cousins sucks. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. You can say he doesn't. He fucking does. I mean, when you got a guy like Casey Keenum take you all the way to the championship game with the same exact team he had the year after, and he didn't even make the playoffs, and he hasn't ever since, dude, you suck. It's plain and simple. Okay. We get the win here, man. Like JerryLee said, they have a brand new head coach. They're kind of going to be in our situation. In fact, week 1 they might win, but week 2 they are going to fall off because it's kind of in our situation. We went out, no one knew what we were going to do. We balled out against Atlanta, and then we stunk it up for the next 5 weeks. I expect them to have growing pains, and that's going to be one of them. Yes, I get it. They have Adam Thielen, they have Jefferson, they got Cook, but they all have to get into the system. They all have to acclimate to it. Yeah, it's a little different. So yeah, I will say it's a dub there just because of that.
All right, week 3, we're going up against the Washington Commanders. Still weird to say, but that's who we got. Now, this is the return of Carson Wentz to Philadelphia. What are your thoughts? Do you think that he'll be picking grass out of his face mask all day? And Taylor Heineke's going to have to come in through support, or could Washington come in way and pull in a win?
We're winning that one, man. There's no way we're going to let Carson Wentz walk back into our, stadium and get a win on the first time he's back in. There's definitely no way. We're winning that one. He's going to eat a lot of dirt.
Do you remember the movie, Not Another Team movie, at the beginning where they put that kid that had some special stuff about him, and they threw it to him in the end zone and he got cut in half? Yeah, that's going to be Hassan Riddick when he hits Carson Wentz. Okay. I expect Carson Wentz to. We should have 8 sacks on him through both games. Like
it's going to be his retirement tour.
Yeah. Like I get it. I heard his freaking interview, and he has it marked on his schedule. Oh my God, Carson Wentz, I'm not fucking scared of you. You're trash, bro. You went to Indy with a 40-year-old quarterback the year before who took that same fucking team to the playoffs, and then you don't even make it whenever Jonathan Taylor had his best season ever. Like, the weight was taken off your shoulders. In the last 2 games, you throw under 20%. Like,
he should have it marked on his schedule. He should.
That's when
we're going to kick his ass.
Yeah, that's when his career ends, bro. I hope Jordan Davis or Riddick sprains both his ankles again. No lie, at the same time.
I honestly think he has it on his schedule because he's hoping that could build his confidence.
I hope.
He's thinking that he's going to come to the Eagles and try to build his confidence, but it's only going to shatter it more, my guy. These failed dreams will come to you soon.
Shattered dreams, bro. Shattered dreams. Oh, he's going to have nightmares after week 3. I promise you that.
Oh, heck yeah. Now, week 4, we got Jacksonville. Looks like that's an away game. Is that an away game? Yeah, no. Yeah, that's a home game. So Jacksonville's coming over to Philadelphia. I know we got East Coast Gridiron, but what are your thoughts? Is that
me and East agree on something. Woo!
Right.
Go!
Will this be the game they finally, replace Trevor Lawrence?
Wait, what?
Nah, he doesn't like Trevor Lawrence. I was like, is this the game they finally replace him?
Who doesn't like him?
East Coast. Dante, he doesn't like.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Not a Jaguars fan, not a Trevor Lawrence fan. But JerryLee, what do you think? Is that a dub for the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it's a dub because you got Doug Peterson, first time coach again. We're just gonna have too much experience, and I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is gonna be ready yet.
I agree. YouTube does need to put that on there.
They do, man.
That'd be hilarious. See that in the chat.
Man, I wish on Twitter I could just put like unlimited amount of laughters. Like when you say really funny shit, and I don't want to sit there and just have to solely click. I wish I could just.
Oh yes.
No, man, listen, I really like what Doug is doing down in Jacksonville. I've said it so many times. I still, to this day, respect Dougie P. I miss him. I loved him as a head coach, and I had no ill will towards that man. And in fact, he should still be here. I'm just saying, he should. I think he's going to revamp Jacksonville. I think he might squeak them into the playoffs next year, but not this year. They still got some holes. But I'm going to give us a win. It might be more competitive this year because it is him, and he is coming back here, and he's not going to want to look bad. But talent-wise, still, they're not yet on our level. So I'll give us the win there.
Hey, if we can get group tickets, my guy, hey, we'll talk about that, and we'll definitely discuss that in the chat. But hey, next game, might be a tough one. They have some issues with the Arizona Cardinals. Looks like we'll be away. Hollywood Brown is in the fold now. Kyler Murray's, friend, former teammate, back in the fold. Arizona has issues on defense in the running back position, but hey, they have a good record. What do you think? Is this a win or loss?
Who's going first? I'll go first. Fuck it. I'll set the tone. There is a win. All right. And I'm giving us a win in Arizona. Yes, I have us going 5-0 at the beginning. I did this last night. You can go see it on JC's channel. I'm not changing my mind on any of these picks. Listen, and that's what's great too, is I'm giving you my reasons why. That way, if you come back to me and say you're full of shit, well, the proof's in the pudding. Listen, we all saw what Kyler Murray could not do without D-Hop last year. In fact, he only won one game without D-Hop, right?
Yep.
D-Hop is not there again this year. We got them week 5. He comes back week 6. So you don't have that. Yes, they have Zach Ertz. They do not have Christian Kirk. They do have A.J. Green, though, still, I believe. But A.J. Green is not the A.J. Green of old. I'm not scared of that much of A.J. Huh?
I think A.J. Green's a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he was still there.
I know he already had 2 years with them.
Well, okay, if they lost him, then that's even worse. But,
yeah.
Marquise Brown, listen, I'm never going to take the potential away from the kid, but he hasn't shown me nothing yet that I need to be completely worried about. There's nothing Marquise Brown can do that Slay can't cover. Okay, let's be honest about that. Defensively, they still got some really good defensive pieces. But hey, college, NFL, bro, different story. You know that. Come on. But in all honesty, man, this should be a dub for us. The only thing that might slow us down is their defense. They do have a really good defense still. Isaiah Simmons is over there. Who they have? Well, they have a bunch. I'm not going through them all. But yeah, I just don't think offensively they're going to have enough week 5 to completely take us on.
Hey, appreciate
it. He is a card. Cool.
AJ is a card. I knew that he was done with his deal. I didn't know if he resigned, though, but
yeah,
appreciate you for the info.
He's still not the AJ of old, is what I'm saying. So it should be doable.
Yeah.
If we lose, we lose. I'm wrong, but I have to give us the win because D-Hop is absent this game.
Well, I like that because you figure by the time we're talking about the 5th game into the season, they're going to be beaten up by them. Coming into Philadelphia, us going over there, and I know they're going to be glad, but I'm pretty sure we're going to put on the show.
I do
we're
too.
We're going to take advantage.
Yeah, I do too.
Now, week 6, we got the boys from Dallas coming over. Win? Loss? What do you think? AK, start off with you.
Well, Jerry didn't go against the Cardinals. You know that, right?
Oh, you didn't? I apologize.
We're gonna win that game, but I'm not so sure about the Dallas game.
Ooh, that Dallas game might be tough.
Because it's gonna be the 6th game in. You know what I mean? We're not gonna sweep Dallas, but They might beat us this one, but we'll get them on the next one.
Okay, Jerry got us at a loss. Now the week after that, it's our bye week.
I didn't go, bro.
For what? The Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, man, I got Mr. Wilson. No,
Hold on, let's do it.
I have us winning this, man, and this is my reasoning for it. They don't have Amari Cooper anymore. Okay, and like we said earlier, A.J. Brown is now our Amari. They lost Amari. Can C.D. Lamb still be C.D. Lamb without Amari taking all the pressure off of him? Can Schultz be Schultz without Amari taking all the pressure off of him? You know, Washington, hell, Pittsburgh wanted to give him away. They didn't like Washington. They've been trying for 2 years. I don't think he's going to do that much over there. He didn't do much in Pittsburgh, you know, and then Gallup's out still. He'll be out for the first couple of weeks, right? I'm pretty sure he doesn't come back right away. So that's what I need to see, man. Can they still be the Dallas offensive last year?
Bro.
Huh?
It's week 6.
I know, but I don't know how long he's out. How long is he out into the season?
I don't know specifically how long he'll be, how long it'll take. But
yeah.
I don't know if it could be possible he might be put on the pump.
Yeah, I have no idea. So that's gotta. There's so much things you got to see, and then Trayvon Diggs, he's not having the season he had last year. 10 interceptions, really, dude. He was at the right place at the right time for most of those. You know,
great point.
Dallas's O-line. Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that.
Yep.
They were the number 1 penalized offensive line last year. So your smart move was to go out and grab Smith, who was the most penalized offensive lineman in the NCAA last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and their O-line's getting old. You know, Tyrone Smith, can he stay healthy? I don't know. You know, there's so many things, man. I have to give us a dub at home here because it's a question mark. What is Dallas? We don't know. You know?
Hey, Gio, you're 1,000% correct. Diggs gave up so many yards, it's not even funny. And it's because of how he plays. He takes those chances. But again, how we talked about it, the defense is going to be lacking this year. He's not going to be afforded to be able to take those chances.
They don't have Gregory anymore.
Yeah,
they lost Gregory. So what are you telling me now? Are you telling me now because you lost Gregory that Parsons is going to play more defensive end? Is that what you're going to do? Like
he's going to have to. He's going to have
so many question marks, man. That's what I'm saying. I can't just give it to them. They're not the same team they were last year.
Yep, I agree 1,000%. And as we said before, the next week is a bye week. The guys get to relax, rejuvenate, and then come back to week 8, and that's Pittsburgh. That's a home game. Halloween game.
We're going to take that.
The AK might have to be sleeping on the couch for. Hold on. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, Mrs. Eagles on Sessers, please. The views and the and the description that AK has does not reflect everyone else on the board. AK, what are your thoughts?
Listen, I'm not sleeping on the couch, bro.
He's picking them to win.
Listen, no, I actually am. I actually am picking Steelers to beat us on this one. Now listen, and I'm giving you an explanation here, and I want you all to follow me down the rabbit hole. Okay, Najee Harris will be the leading rusher this season coming up. Najee Harris is a mini Derrick Henry. Okay, I'm not even playing. This kid is a beast. Their defense only got better. I mean, hell, they went out and got Miles Jack across from TJ Watt. TJ Watt's a freaking dog. They still have Minka Fitzpatrick, all this stuff. I actually have the Steelers winning their division this year. Even though that they lost Big Ben, dude, they have so much young talent on that offensive side of the ball. When you're shaking your head, I understand, but listen, they still have Mike Tomlin, man. He's one of the best to ever do it. Okay, whether it's Kenny Pickett or it's Mitchell Trubisky, one of them's going to ball out. In fact, I like Mitch being on Pittsburgh because Mitch reminds me of a younger Big Ben. You know, back in the day, Big Ben could actually get away a little bit. He wasn't the fastest dude, but he could get away if he needed to. And he's a big body guy. It's hard to bring him down. Same as what Trubisky is. It just kind of rings to me. You know what I'm saying? And they have Chase Claypool. They got Pickens, right? Yeah.
Pickens and Button.
They have Washington, Claypool, and
the rookie they just drafted, Pickens, right? In the second?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did
George
get
Pickens. They got Pickens. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Pickens.
They have so much talent and young talent on this offense that I think people are really, truly overlooking Pittsburgh, man. Claypool is going to be a monster in this league. I believe Pickens is going to be a monster in this league. And we all know how Pittsburgh can develop wide receivers. We all know Pittsburgh can develop corners and safeties and quarterbacks. I don't think you're going to see a hiccup here, man. They actually had their worst season last year, and they made the playoffs. That is them at their worst. Only imagine what they're going to do.
Yeah, us too.
I like Pickens on the Steelers. I think he's going to make that team, especially with the wide receiver core, more physical. Like, they haven't had that physicality since Hines Ward. Like, he'll get in there and get into, a DB's face, throw them all around. He'll get in there for a block. He'll give you a nice hit. Pickens loves to be physical, and I like that about him. He's a decent receiver, but that physicality that he has, that's on another level. Who was it? Haskins from Michigan. Did you see when he just tossed him? Or was it Haskins? It was Hill. Excuse me, Dexter Hill. Just took him and just tossed him, yanked him across. He need to go back to the weight room. Pickens is the beast. For the Steelers, I like that pick. I think, as you were saying, with the quarterbacks, I think Pickett's going to be the guy when it's all said and done. I think they're going to be exciting. You can't count out any Steelers team when you have head coach Mike Tomlin still calling the plays.
And, dude, this defense is built to win now. That defense is built to win now. They were the number one defense last year. TJ Watt tied LT's sack record. Like, that means something, man. He's going to break it this year. I'm telling you guys now. TJ Watt will be the new sack leader after this year. Hands down, I promise.
Even when the Steelers didn't have Roethlisberger for those years where he was injured and they had, Madison Rudolph, and they had Duck Hodges out there.
Yep.
That defense, that team will still come in a week. It's going to be coming to work every week with their lunch belt, ready to go. The quarterback was the biggest deficiency. That's why they lost the games. You couldn't say the defense failed them. You couldn't say the offensive line, the running backs. No one else failed them. But
quarterback is still their biggest deficiency.
And that's a huge, tribute to Mike Tomlin and his coaching. So, when you got Mike Tomlin back there, I'm not counting the Steelers out of anything.
Right.
But when it comes to our birds, they're going to catch that L.
That's what I'm saying.
I hope you're right.
They're going to catch that L.
I gotta listen. I have us undefeated right now. I gotta throw an L in somewhere, or else I'm just looking like a fucking fool. Like.
Hey, and speaking about coach, the Eagles will be headed down to deep in the heart of Texas, and they're going to Houston to go up against the Texans.
Oh, I forgot that. Thank you, Eric. Dude, they got Brian Flores as their defensive coordinator, and we all know what Brian Flores brings, bro. Thank you for that. I forgot all about that.
Is he their D coordinator? Or was he
Wait. Yeah.
I didn't know if he was like a position coach.
Or is the chat talking about another team?
No. They're talking about Steelers. He's talking about Brian Flores being a Steelers. I know he's on the Steelers, but I didn't know if he was their D coordinator. I thought he might be a position coach.
No, I think he's their defensive coordinator, which is awesome.
Coach down to that is 1,000%. Tomlin will have his guys ready to play. Oh, wait. I was right. He is a position coach. He is the linebackers coach.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
but still,
that's
a good person to have, though. So,
listen, those linebackers are going to come ready to play. And
you thought TJ Watt was nasty last year. Wait till Flores gets a hold of him.
Yeah, man. You have a former head coach on your staff, and as a position coach, listen, that's going to help out your team tremendously. I don't care who it is. That's going to help out your team. But after week 9, we didn't get the wins or loss, but for the Texans, is that a win?
Sorry, Dante. Sorry, Dante. I love you, dog, but
definitely going to be a win for that one too.
Yeah, agreed. I think that'll be. I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Texans have improved that team a lot. I love the coaching staff. I love what they've done there. They're in the right direction. but I think it's going to be a little tough this year.
Yeah.
Wins may be scarce this year, but it's not to say that they're not going to be a good team still.
Yeah.
But after that, back to Washington, and this one's going to be a home game. So Carson's finally coming home. Yeah, I'm going to say, are we going to get the sweeps out? We're going to get them brooms out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna sweep.
Let's ask this. This is week 10 now. Will Carson Wentz even be the quarterback of the Commanders? Will he be the starting quarterback?
That's true.
I've already said I don't even think he's starting week 1. It's Taylor Heineke's team until further notice. I'm sorry, bro, but Heineke is not someone you want to sleep on. Okay? And in all honesty, Heineke has that locker room. These players love playing for Taylor Heineke. I'm not so sure that they're going to love playing for Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. But
like I said, we're going to take him out week 3.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is we play him. He ain't be playing then.
Not that one. Hold on, because I seen Blue City's comment. Here it goes.
Yeah.
If you were told the day you were going to die, I'm pretty sure you'd mark that on your calendar too.
Dude, that's a good question. Would you guys want to know that?
Our defense is going to be pissed off about
Heck
that.
no. Don't tell me that, because that's going to be in my mind the whole time. I'm going to ruin the rest of my life thinking about my death. Don't tell me.
No. Listen, if you knew you were going to die in a year from now, you'd make the best of that fucking year, would you not? If you knew you were going to die 10 years from now, you'd make the best of that fucking 10 years, right? Like, I wouldn't mind knowing, because if it's going to be soon, then hell, I got a lot of shit to do.
Once I'm given the option of do you want to know or not, from that moment on, I'm going to say no, but I'm going to live it up from then on. I don't know when I'm going out. It might be for me, going all out that I go, but hey, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, man, East, how are we agreeing today? What's up, bro? Heineke, no love.
For Carson to say that, man, our defense is going to be really pissed off.
Right? Dude, if we lose to Carson Wentz, I'm dismantling this whole fucking team. Let's be honest. That's not even a joke. Everyone's gone.
Heck yeah. Well, after Washington, we have the Indianapolis Colts. The guys, who moved Wentz along. Now, they've got an upgrade in Matt Ryan. Same team, just a different quarterback. An older Matt Ryan that we haven't seen the best out of him. Do you think it'll be enough to get a win against the Eagles, or will the Eagles get that win?
I think we might lose that one.
We're losing that one.
An L.
Listen, man, if it was Carson Wentz, I'd give us a dub all day. But we all saw what Phillip Rivers did at 40 years old for that team the year before last. Matt Ryan should not have an issue, dude. He really shouldn't. Matt Ryan, even though he can't move, he's still a smart player. Yeah. He really is. I think the Colts are actually going to be a pretty damn good team this year, because what's the one thing Matt Ryan was missing in Atlanta? A halfback. Well, guess what?
And a good coach.
A whole team.
And a coach. Yeah.
So he's got Jonathan Taylor now. He's got some wide receivers, and he's got a hell of a defense. So
and a great coach.
Yeah, I don't see them. Don't take them lightly. I'm telling you. I think Indy's going to be pretty deadly this year.
I won't take Matt lightly, but I think Jim Irsay needs to calm down a bit. You can't say that, you see Peyton Manning 2.0 coming through the building, and he was not like, just give compliments, but just don't go too far with it.
Yeah.
Say that he's a good, competent quarterback, a Super Bowl, not a winning, but he got his team to a Super Bowl, and he's going to come here and do the best. Don't compare him to the Sheriff. They ain't no comparison. Yeah, they ain't no comparison. The Sheriff
got guns, baby.
He made sure. But after the Colts, this is a game that I know, AK, I want to hear your thoughts on it, because Green Bay's coming to town. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams-less Packers will be in Philadelphia.
I just calmed down on that too, bro. I just calmed down on that.
We got red. It's uncensored. I'm about to ramp you up.
All right, man. Let's talk about this shit real quick, because you know what? Green Bay fans are being pretty fucking disrespectful right now, and I'm fucking tired of it. Y'all motherfuckers think you run that division. You fucking don't. Okay, I'm telling you right now, you guys losing Devontae Adams is the worst thing that could fucking ever happen to you. All right, listen, Lazard from 2018 to 2021 had 1,448 yards receiving and 14 touchdowns. That is the second best receiver on that team. Adams, his whole career in Green Bay so far, has 8,121 yards receiving with 73 fucking touchdowns. How are you replacing that? I'll wait, because you know what? Christian Watson isn't going to be Devontae Adams, and he ain't going to be Devontae Adams' rookie fucking year either. He's going to have to, sit. Wow, holy shit. He's going to have to sit there, and he's going to have to learn. I get it. You all know I love fucking Aaron Rodgers. In fact, I love him a lot, but Aaron Rodgers can only do so much. He truly can, man. Like, You literally did what we did to ourselves last year by getting rid of Adams. You made yourself a one-dimensional fucking team. All right? Yeah, you got Sammy Watkins. Can Sammy Watkins stay healthy? Good luck with that. Lazard, he's on and off every fucking week. 1 week he'll go 120. The next week he won't have a single fucking catch. And then you have Watson. Well, we don't even know what he is yet. You can't sit there and say you're winning the fucking division whenever a dude hasn't even taken a snap in the NFL. All right? And I'm telling you, you got A.J. Dillon and you got Aaron Jones. You're going to be a run-first offense. You're not going to be a pass-first offense because you have no one to fucking pass to. Yep. Plain and simple. How the fuck you're going to beat us, I have no idea. You say you're going to do it with our run game because Jordan Davis ain't shit. He's about to fucking show you how much he ain't shit because he's going to fuck you up. And when
we got linebackers too. So
yeah, and we got linebackers now. So all you guys out there that's saying Green Bay, come down off your fucking pedestal a little bit, all right? You're not the top dog anymore. You won't be. In fact, you sit there and you say you are, but you've made it to the championship game 3 years in a row and fucking tanked all 3 times with an MVP quarterback back to back. All right? I'm sorry, but Aaron Rodgers, I love him a lot, but he really reminds me of who else? Donovan McNabb. He'll get you there, but he fucking tanks. And that's what he does. I'm sorry, but, dude, Green Bay, fuck off. You're losing this fucking game because you ain't got shit. End of discussion.
I love when the red label is on. We got that. Listen, no argument for me.
None for me either.
JerryLee, any thoughts? Anything else?
Nope. He set it up.
Am I wrong? I get it. You have a defense, but your defense is only going to take you so fucking far. If you can't score points on the offense, what the fuck are you going to do?
Talk about it. Packer fans.
Dude, they made me hate Green Bay.
Back it up.
They really made me hate Green Bay today. I love Green Bay yesterday, but fuck them today.
Listen, man, I love the energy. I love the energy. But we're going to move on now from Green Bay. We're going to stay at home. Tennessee Titans are coming into town. Don't know who's going to be at quarterback. Will it be Tannehill? Will it be Willis? Will King Henry be healthy? Who knows? Will Mike Rabel cut off his piece for a Super Bowl win this year? Everything is up in the air. But, guys, do you think that we're going to get a win or a loss? AK?
I want to say win. I do, and I think we will win that one just because of the fact that, one, Drake London, he's a fat ass right now. He's so out of shape. And two,
that sounded like a wet fart.
Was that the applause?
I hope so.
I seen that the LSG was like, can we give AK an applause? I looked, I was like, hey, I got an applause button. Applause.
But no, man, I'm actually really interested to see Jordan Davis versus Derrick Henry. I don't know how you guys feel, but dude, the moment Jordan Davis plants Derrick Henry, that whole place is going off. You don't even know. Not many people can plant Derrick Henry. I think Jordan Davis can. I'm sorry, but that dude is a monster. He's fast and he's powerful. I don't see how that's going to be a brick wall hitting a brick wall. You know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. I honestly
heard the comments that Ryan Clark had about Derrick Henry, but he asked the question, did you ever notice that Derrick Henry never hits anyone his size? There was a guy smaller than him. He'll abuse,
That is
smaller
true.
guys. But
That
when
is
it's someone at his size, you won't see Henry doing that.
Yeah, no, that is very true, man. I didn't think of that before. Yeah. Ask Josh Norman how it feels. I'm sure he'll tell you.
I think Josh Norman is still dizzy from being turned around so damn much.
Yo, I
Hey, but
would
let
have
me just
retired
answer
right
this.
after that game, bro. Seriously,
Yeah.
I would have retired. I would have been like, I am not meant to play this game anymore. I'm out.
You
You
need
know
to get
how
a
much
skillet to
patrolling-
pick him up off. You need to get one of them the freaking spatula to get him off.
Nah, you know what was worse? When you went to the locker room and everyone comes up to you and was like, nah, you're all right. Don't worry about it. You got to tell me I shouldn't worry about it means I should be worrying about it, man.
That man threw me like I was a fucking infant. What do you mean I'm all right? Like,
Yo,
I-
there are two videos that will live in infamy forever. Josh Norman getting side turned around and then Will Smith smacking of Chris Rock. Those two things are going to live forever. They're going to be played time and time again.
no, it's a good one, but dude, we should win that. I mean, I want to say Malik Willis will start this game. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly, but yeah, we should win it, man. We should.
Next, we go on to the New York Giants. Now, Blue City Empire, before we answer that one, he had a good question. When Donovan McNabb was traded to the Washington,
Nope.
did he beat
Nope.
the Eagles? And I don't
Nope.
think so.
He
Yeah,
lost.
right.
He lost them both.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he lost both times, yeah. Let me ask you, King Henry, is he skill or physical features? I think for the most part, I wouldn't say skill. Well, I can't say that. I'm gonna say it's a healthy mix, but the physicality does have the more to it. Him being as physically as big as he is, that's a lot of the reason. Because again, if he couldn't move those guys out the way, he'd be getting knocked out 3 yards back. he wouldn't be taking Josh Norman and pushing him 15 to 20 yards downfield.
You know who he runs like, man?
Hmm.
And I might be a little out of place by saying this, but he reminds me a lot of Eric Dickerson.
I was gonna say Eddie George.
Nah, Eddie George is smaller than him, isn't he?
No,
Eric Dickerson. Huh?
Eddie was 6'3".
Yeah, I'm saying smaller as in body mass wise. Like ED was big, like muscle big, like he was stocky and he was powerful. You know, I don't know. Like he's a great specimen. I would love to have him on this team. You know, but it's both. It's skill and physical. Like,
well, I'll say this: when you're in open space with him, is he trying to juke you or is he trying to run through you?
Well, he could have macked you. He could have macked
He's trying to
you.
run through you. So I'm gonna say most of it's gonna be because of his physicality.
Yeah, look, I'm bummed.
Yeah,
but he does have good vision. You know, he does.
Yeah.
Like he hits the holes well. So
yeah. Once he gets on the outside and he has little field, little room, he can do damage. But again, he's not a guy that's gonna try to break your ankles. He's gonna be a guy that's gonna try to break your sternum.
bro, and he's fast as shit for how big he is. Oh my
When he
god!
moves 15 miles an hour, dude, you got a bowling ball coming at you. You know what I mean?
No, that's not a bowling ball, bro. That's a fucking
wrecking
rhino.
ball.
That's a
And-
rhino. He's a
and
rhino.
Even if you come away, you're the guy who hit Derrick Henry, you put him down. Physically,
You're hurting.
Yeah,
You're hurting.
physically, you're gonna need some Demerol or something, some lidocaine on the side. You're gonna need something to numb that pain.
Yeah.
It's
He's gonna be hurting when he's older. I promise you that.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, I have no legs.
Yeah, we're on to the Giants. Is that a win or a loss?
Man.
Wait, is it home or away?
That's away.
All right, this is where it gets tricky for me. I only have us sweeping Washington. Okay, I'll give them this one. Listen, and why I say that is I don't honestly know what the ball is going to bring to this offense, and I don't know what Wink is going to bring to this defense. I do know Wink, like he's the number 3 blitzing defensive coordinator in all of the NFL, so he does bring tons of pressure. Even though they lost Bradbury, their defense is still not that bad, and for losing Graham and picking up Wink, he didn't lose much. So I'll give them that, but they're not going to have an offense that just runs curl routes every freaking play. Like that's all they did was curl routes. They might be more dangerous, yet I'm not confident in their wide receiver core, but this one they might be able to sneak. And I say sneak, but yeah, I'll give us the loss at home to them for this one.
Me too.
All right. You got that loss to JerryLee? All right.
Yep.
Well, next we're gonna go back to the Windy City into Chicago. They're coming up with a lot of changes too. Quarterback in his second year, receivers question mark, running back question mark, defense question mark, coaching question mark. Will they be able to overcome it and get a win, or do we get?
No.
We're both saying win, double wins.
Yep. W.
I like it. I like it. Now, it's gonna
I
get
don't want to
spicy.
be the Packers' father, man. I fucking hate them now.
Packers father.
So
You're
from
grounded.
Chicago,
No,
Chicago,
man.
we'll travel all to Dallas for our
Well-
last matchup against the Cowboys.
Can
You
I
know,
have the
it's-
Bears real quick?
Who?
Can I have the Bears real quick?
Yeah, we can go back to the Bears.
Well, I didn't get to go, but I mean,
Oh, I thought
I
we said
guess-
that was both wins.
oh yeah, I said it was a win, but I didn't say why.
Oh.
All right, fuck it. I won't give a why. They're trash. There you go. Move on. There's too many holes in Chicago yet, man, and they got rid of Khalil Mack. That's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I don't remember that game, but if he did, then more power to him. It didn't look like it did much for his career anyway. I
Yeah.
think after that, his best highlight was the DUI in Arizona. But yeah, we got Chicago. Now we're over to Dallas for a home game at Dallas. What are your thoughts? That's the Christmas Eve game.
That's the one
Hopefully,
we win.
that's the one that there's gonna be a lot of eyeballs on that game. The world's gonna be watching that game. It's Christmas Eve.
That's gonna be my
So-
Christmas present.
Exactly. Do the
We'll
Eagles
win.
give us a Christmas present and a win, or do we get that lump of coal in that loss? AK, start off with you.
You're going to hate me for this, man. This is the one I think we take a loss to. It's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I do think this division, it's going to come down to us in Dallas, and it's going to be very close. Like, you're looking at probably 12, 11 wins. Whoever has 12, whoever has 11 is going to win. Whoever has 11 or 10, like, we're going to be right there. But yeah, I think they just sneak this one out, because like I said, we're on a win streak right now, so we might be a little high on ourselves. So I'll give them this one, but don't like me for it, please. Last one you're getting.
JerryLee, what do you think?
Oh, we're winning that one.
Listen,
We lost the first one. We win this one.
You see, I'm the opposite. I have us winning the first one, losing the second one. So
I don't see us losing any one of them. Dallas is going to
Nope.
have a rough year. Yeah, their schedule looks nice. The NFL gave them a solid hooking them up. But again, there's so many deficiencies with that team. There's so many unknowns with that team. I think it's going to be very rough for them. By the
Damn,
time you get
Vic, how many wins you got us for?
Oh, I'm not saying that we're going to allow, but I'm just saying against Dallas. By the time Christmas Eve come around, and we all know Dallas in December, they're done. The year's over for them. So I think the Eagles will come away and, give us a good Christmas present with that win. But after
you're right,
Dallas, yeah, after Dallas, we come back home. We're going to get the New Orleans Saints. Thoughts on that game? Okay.
That's a definite win, man.
Ooh, I like
They don't have
that.
a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
yeah, no,
Jameis Winston.
oh, sorry, go ahead, bud.
They got Jameis Winston. I mean, they don't really have much, dude. I don't even know if he's gonna last a year.
Damn, that sucks. We lost on my birthday? I'm not liking that. Didn't know Donovan won that game.
Oh well.
But it's 12 years ago.
Listen, man. As far as I know, Jalen Hurts owns the Saints right now. They've never beaten, right? So their defensive end is still looking for his soul on our 20-yard line. In fact, he'll be looking for it when he goes back there in week 17. And I have a feeling a second soul is going to be out there on the 20-yard line. But yeah, I have us winning this one, man. Like, we have their number right now. And I like what Jerry said. Like, Jameis Winston last year was 5-2 before he got injured. So I'm not going to discredit him. They do have still a good team over there, but I'm still giving it to us, man, because they have not shown that they can stop Jalen Hurts at all. Not one time. And they know that he's going to run. I mean, they knew it because they played him his rookie year. He did the same shit to him there. So they knew coming into the game last year to contain him, but for some reason they just can't. And as long as you can't contain Jalen Hurts, you're going to lose the game every time because he's just going to run away with it. And now that we have A.J. Brown, well, good luck with that one. So it's a win.
JerryLee,
Yeah, we're definitely winning that one.
East Coast.
Yeah, I already said that. Yeah.
I apologize for cutting you. I would say I agree with you a lot of things, but this comment, no, sir. I do not see that happening. I see Jameis Winston throwing 25 plus interceptions and less than 20 TDs. That team, listen, the Saints will be in shambles. Sean, my God, I don't know why I was forgetting his last name.
Peyton's gone.
Yeah, he gone. And that, he covered up a lot for them. He was a great coach with Sean Payton. Great coach for them. Kevin Smith might be playing him or whatever. Was it Kevin, the chunky dude, playing him in that movie? That's when he was like, you know what? Football has done me so much disrespect. I need to leave this game. But to be serious about New Orleans, I'm dead serious. I think they're going to be in shambles. They could have Kamara. They could have that defense. They could have whatever they want. But again, they don't have that coaching staff that they have.
And we're getting a high number one pick for that.
And even though the current coach now was under Payton, he's still not Sean Payton. It's not going to translate well. It's going to be a bad year for them. The NFC South, their basement will be kept up well and rented up by the New Orleans Saints.
Man, you saying all this, dude, we got to do an episode on here where we go through the divisions and rank them from 1 to 4.
Oh, definitely. We can make that work. We can definitely make that work. But the last game of the season has been afforded to the New York Giants, and it's a home game. Fellas, are we capping the year off? Are we ending it with a win? Or is it a loss? AK, I got a win from you. JerryLee?
Well, I said we lost the first game, so we're going to win this one.
Yeah, the Giants, they're going to be an interesting team. Like AK said, I don't know what Brian Dable is gonna do. I think he will improve that offense. But again, there's so many question marks with their running back. Will he be healthy? Can he be healthy for a whole year? Wide receiver. Big question mark there. Their defense with Wink, yeah, that's good, but same thing like last year. You had a good defense with Graham, but did that really do anything for your team? Not much.
Well, it's kind of hard when their offense was 3 and out every freaking time. I mean, hell, their defense over there was on the field like 90% of the game.
Hey,
I really need this game.
Hey, you know what? There's sometimes we don't know what the situation is, but we don't know. Hey, he's going to be my guy if he didn't come through for whatever reason. It's fine.
We're going to need this game. We're going to need this game.
He's going to be on soon. Don't worry about it. He'll be on the show.
Yeah. We're going to need this game in the end. So I think we're going to win this one. So.
Yeah. I think this is definitely going to be a win for us. But with all that being said, I know we probably don't remember where we're at, but
I'm 12-5.
You're at 12-5 for the record prediction?
I was at 12-5 last night on JC's. Listen, 12 is the highest, 10 is the lowest, and I'm not willing to go 10 yet because I've given you guys my explanations on why we beat these teams. If you want to argue it, let's argue it. But it's any given Sunday in the NFL, bro. Seriously. So, yeah, 12-5 is my record.
This is a very favorable schedule.
It is. It really is.
It really is. Like, and what we're working with this year.
Only thing that can stop us is JG, bro. Remember that. He's the only one that can stop us.
That's one of the reasons why I posed that question. Do you have enough confidence in Jonathan Gannon? Last year, for the most part, we seen a coach who failed miserably. But then we were given the excuse that he didn't have a talent. And we accepted that because we knew our linebackers were poor. I mean, like we had bad linebacking play. We had bad talent on linebacker. It was just horrible all around. This year, that's changed. There are no excuses. Yeah, I understand we have, hole at safety, possibly one at the cornerback position.
Do we, though?
That's why I said possible. That's why I say possible.
Dude, Marcus Epps, man, I'm telling you, bro, watch this kid this year. He's going to come out and surprise everyone. I mean, he had a decent season last year. He was solid, but that experience he got last year is going to make him elevate this year. And I'm telling you, this kid is built in with a Madden truck stick. He's always going to hit you, bro. You've all wanted a Brian Dawkins 2.0. Marcus Epps is that guy. He will lay anyone out at any moment. So I'm going with Epps, man. Seriously.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be interesting to see. We have until, what is it, July 28th to find out when Eagles training camp opens up. There's going to be a lot of good position battles. Like we said, safety, second cornerback position. It's going to be great. And for me, one of the best position battles I want to see is that defensive line. We got Cox under contract. We have Hargrave, but I want to see them young boys work. I want to see what Milt Williams did over the summer.
Yeah, big
I
Milt.
want to, I want to see how physical Jordan Davis is in the NFL. We all know he was a beast in college. Now he's coming to where the big boys play. Let's see if he can stack up now. That's what I'm happy to see. Wide receivers too. Let's find out who's going to be our third guy. That's going to be an interesting position. But gentlemen, we're approaching close to 2 hours. Before we head out, let me just say this. I'm not paid to say anything or bring this up. Just want to give a shout out to the Devontae Smith. He has a softball game coming up here at Coca-Cola Park in downtown Pennsylvania, June 4th. As you can see, these are just some of the people that have been already scheduled to come through. Most of them Eagles, that's why I put down. But there's going to be lots more. As you can see, we got our guy, Jay to the Mwah is going to be in there. Jadakiss. There's going to be a lot of guys out there. It's for a great cause. If you haven't gotten your tickets, please go out. Go check out Devontae Smith's softball page on Twitter. Get your tickets as soon as possible because they're going to go fast. And like I said, there's going to be a plethora of NFL talent out there. You can take your guys, get an autograph, maybe even have a conversation, take a pic with them. But go out there, get those tickets. It's for a great cause. AK, I appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Thank you so much. Great talking with you. I love the fact that we got the uncensored AK. I mean, we got that. We got the red band.
You can thank Packer fans for that shit.
Thank you, Packer fans. There isn't much to thank you for other than that cheese, but thank you for this because they made a great show today.
Fucking dipshits.
Everybody that's been in the chat today, everyone that's watching, everyone that will watch, I appreciate you, JerryLee. Appreciate you. AK appreciates you so much. If you could, just do us a favor. Go to everyone's channel. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of videos. If you like, show us your appreciation. Throw a comment. It pushes out, the content for the guys out there. AK, let the people at home know where they can find you.
Well, if you want the censored version of me, you can find me there at AK Eagles Podcast. Listen, I wish you all knew how pissed I was before the stream started. Even Vick3. I was actually really nice. I was really nice live. I was fucking steaming backstage. I wish we would have opened up with that. That would have been awesome instantly. I had time to calm down. Dude, I was foaming from the mouth and everything. It looked like I had fucking rabies.
He was like, they don't even have Devontae Adams. What the hell? The fuck are you talking about?
But no, man, I appreciate you guys inviting me on here, man. It's awesome.
You know you're my brother from another mother?
Yeah, no, in fact, Jerry, I want to start up Friday nights again here soon. If you're down to do that. I haven't forgot. It's just been hectic, man. So we'll definitely get that going up here again. But no, man, you can catch me on the East Meets West with my boy here, Vic. Well, not the bird, the guy up there. Yeah, you can catch me over there with him on the East Meets West. I do have my own channel. Please go ahead and jump over there, subscribe to it if you'd like. And this Monday and Tuesday, me and Eric are going to go one-on-one with both of our schedules. 9:00 p.m. both nights. So definitely Monday night will be on my channel, and then Tuesday night will be on the SC Experience. Shout out to him in the chat there. We're going to be doing some more work together. And yeah, man, it's just an honor coming on and talking to you guys. I love doing this. I love communicating with you guys. And supposedly I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I don't even know why I'm here anyway.
Sometimes.
Right? But yeah, man, I appreciate it, dude. And fly Eagles fly, guys. Much love.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you for taking time out and coming on. I've been trying to get you on for a minute, but I'm happy I got you on. And I got the red band AK, which is the best part. I love the uncensored AK. We got to figure out how to bring him back in some aspects. But JerryLee, let the good people at home know where they can find you.
Backyard Birds podcast, and right here on the Big Ticket. Thank you all for coming, man.
Hey, man. JC, anytime you need, just send me a DM. I'll be there, my guy. Always supporting great content, of course. Yo, from 215. Listen,
Just
My guy-
remember, Gio, large. Okay.
Yeah,
and-
you
and
can
then
find me one too, bro.
salute the service, Jalen Hurts jersey. Okay, my guy. Just remember, large.
Mine's a double X though.
if nothing, Gio is persistent. I love you, big fan. I love you, my guy. Can't wait
Yeah.
to see all of us back together on East Meets West this Wednesday coming up at 10 p.m. But like I said, for everyone that came through, appreciate you so much.
Hey, are we doing a live this weekend? Live down at your place, all three of us, or are we gonna go live around the campfire and shit?
The picnic. Well, for those who don't know, because this is backside.
Well, yeah, I'm just asking you. Do you want to do that?
Is on the 28th. Not next week. The week after that.
Oh, well, yeah.
We can do
Do
it.
you
now.
want to do a live together, all three of us at the same spot?
Hey, no one's ever seen us actually in the same area together. In
Right.
the same room. I think that'd be
Right.
great.
Let's do
we
it.
could do that. Hey, Gio approves. It is
Let's
Gio
do it.
215 approved.
He
Let's
has the
go.
PR.
Hey, how's it go? Your people call my people. We'll set it up.
Right? Yeah, we'll make it happen, Captain.
Right. But yeah, man. Hey, look out for it then. I guess May 28th. We'll come out with a special live. AK Eagles Uncensored. Myself and my guy with two mics. Gio from the 215.
You prepared, bro. I love it.
He is. If anything else, he is prepared. Oh, listen, East Coast. If you can, Dante, if you can come up, take a trip, come up from Delaware to PA, you are more than welcome to come through. I'm having a picnic, the 28th. But yeah, listen, everybody, thank you so much for making this a great show. Thank you for watching and taking the time out and listen to us chit chat about the Eagles. Give us our opinions. I appreciate it so much. But listen, this has been another great episode of the Big Ticket. Signing off with my guy JerryLee, AK Eagles Uncensored. Listen, everyone, have a great night. We out.
Fuck you.